This is Larry Henares making your day with the second part of an article I wrote on Greece, where democracy began. And we continue to quote. As tourists, unlike the Chinese or the Japanese, Filipinos never keep to themselves. There's something irritating about our perpetual curiosity. We poke around one's monuments. We scroll our names on the walls. We pester one with eternal questions and chatter, and talk all the time and seem to be perpetually arguing and quarreling among ourselves. Filipinos are children. How can we take them seriously? An American once told me. And yet, that was exactly the same remark made by an Egyptian priest to a Greek named Solon, as recorded by Plato 2,500 years ago. The Greeks are children. Clever, of course, but still children, said the Egyptian priest in the year 600 before Christ was born. At the time, the Egyptian Colossus still stood as it did 3,000 years before, but it was already in the last stages of decay. Its splendor of life had boiled over and wasted to steam and froth. Looking east, Egyptians would see the ruins of other empires. The Hittites, the dreaded Assyrians, were gone. Mighty Babylon and mighty Egypt were about to be absorbed into the Persian Empire. As for the Greeks, like the ubiquitous Filipinos today, they were everywhere. In Egypt, in Syria, Asia Minor, in hundreds of colonies scattered in the Aegean islands and along the coasts from Marseille to the Black Sea. They were an intelligent people, good mercenary soldiers, keen traders, and skilled craftsmen. There was also something irritating about their perpetual curiosity. Like the Filipinos, they were always asking the reason for things. They poked around one's monuments, they scrawled their names on the walls and pestered one with eternal questions and chattered all the time. How could one take them seriously? They were brave warriors and expert sailors, but far from falling in line behind a king like the obedient Egyptians and the Babylonians. They were rarely to be persuaded to even follow their own clan leaders for long. They were perpetually quarreling among themselves. The trouble was that they would argue and regard themselves as free men, whatever that meant that time. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with the second part of an article I wrote on Greece, where democracy began. And I continue to quote. The Greeks are children, clever of course, but still children, said the Egyptian priest as he would return to his temple to perform once again the sacred rites which his predecessors have been practicing since the dawn of history. He did not ask questions. His ancestors provided all the answers more than 3,000 years ago. The Filipinos are children. How can we take them seriously? Asked the American as he waxing hot and cold over Vietnam, the parity rights, the military bases, constantly arguing and quarreling among ourselves. And as he goes into his air-conditioned, stone-proof ivory tower on Rojas Boulevard, that American is totally unaware, as it may seem to the interplanetary philosopher in his UFO, totally unaware that perhaps the hand of destiny might have touched the brow of his lowly little brown brother, as it did the ancient Greek 2,500 years ago. Time has no beginning, no end, only a perpetual unfolding. Nations are born, they grow old, and they will surely die. So it was with the empires of Egypt, of Rome, Spain, and America's own mother, Britain. And so it will be with Russia, Red China, and our own Mother America in the next Armageddon. But the Philippines is still undergoing its birth pains, and God willing, it will survive the greatness as did ancient Greece. And why not? The torch of civilization had been passed in one unbroken line from the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Asia Minor to Greece, to Rome, to Spain and England, and to the United States, from mother to son, from colonizer to colonized. Why not then to America's only ward, the Philippines? By happy coincidence also the heir to Spain, in a future world no longer willing to accept the leadership of the white minority. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.